Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So I hope all of you are doing good, and as in the previous classes we have covered the some important things of Microsoft Word. So before moving to further to the next topic, we can have a quick revision of what we have seen. So earlier we have seen that what are the important functions of the MS Word. In that we have seen like editing, formatting, clear, and printing. So printing is printing the things on any piece of paper, that is the soft copy, you can say, the hard copy which is printed, and the soft copy is the thing which is on our computer. Clear. Then we have seen the other features of MS Word like autocorrect, auto format, clear, spelling and grammar check, which is very important. So whatever the mistakes which we do while writing the things, the Microsoft Word gives, or it underlines the mistakes with the colors accordingly. Clear. Then we have the options for tracking the changes or comments. So if there are multiple users who are working on a single document, so that can be seen by using the track change and comment feature. Clear. Then mail merge and macro, these are the important things which we will see soon in our chapter. Then we have seen how to start the MS Word. So by the different options, we can directly, or you can directly write in the search MS Word, and the window will open. Then we have seen the important parts of the MS window. What is status bar, what is scroll bar, what is quick access toolbar. Clear. We have seen how to create a new document. If we'll go to the home tab, then click on the new, then we can click on the create button. Clear. Then we have seen how to enter the text. So entering the text is very simple, where the insertion point is flashing. If we write start typing from the keyboard, the text will be appearing with the insertion point. Clear. So this way the text can be entered in the MS Word software. Then we have seen how to select the text, how to select a single word. So single word can be selected by double clicking the word. Here you can see that single word can be selected by using the double click. If you will double click on any of the word, the word that will be selected. If you want to select a single sentence, so for selecting the single sentence, what we can do, we can press the control key from the keyboard, and then when we click on any of the word of that sentence, the whole sentence will be selected. How to select a paragraph? If we will click 3 times together on any of the paragraph, that paragraph will be selected. Clear. Then we have seen how to select any amount of text. If we'll click and drag the mouse, that portion of the text will be selected. Clear. Then in the last class we have also seen how to save a document. So for saving the document, we have the option of save or save as. So if you are saving the document for the first time, that document can be saved by whatever the name you have chosen. Okay. So we have seen when you click on the save button, it will ask you that in which folder or whatever is the place where you want to save the file. So you can choose the folder, the desktop, or whatever the drive you want to choose. Then you will write the name of the file in the file name, and when we click on the save button, that file will be saved. We can also use the shortcut button as Control plus S for saving our document. Clear. So that is also option, that is the shortcut, that is the Control plus Control plus S. Then today we are going to start how to save a document in the previous format. Previous format means the older version of the MS Word, that is Word 97 to 2003. So these were the older versions of the MS Word file. So if you want to save any file in the older format, how to save the file in that format? Let us see. Let us first read this and then we will see it practically. So if you want to open your document in some other computer which is using the lower version of the Word, like Word 97 to 2003, then you can save documents you have created in Word 2010 in a variety of other formats such as text file or Word 97 2003 format. Clear? So why we are required to save our file in the previous format? Because if there is some of your friend who is using the previous or the lower version of the Word. Clear? So in each of the computer it is not necessary that the same version which you are using the other computer also have. So to open the file in the previous version computers, we are required to save the Word file in 97 2003 format. Clear? So now let us see what are the different steps. First, click on the File tab. File tab is here, we can see. Then click on Save As button. Clear? As it is already saved, a file is saved. Now we are saving this with another format or another name. Then when you click on the Save As, a Save As dialog box will appear. Clear? Let us see what is the function of this Save As dialog box. So Save As dialog box will open like this. A new window will open in which it will ask you again the name of the file, the place you want to choose. Let us see the step 3. Click in the file name text box. Click in the file name text box and type the name for the file. So here is the file name text box where you are writing the name of the file. To save the file in 97 2003 format, click on the down arrow of Save As type. Clear? So here we have a down button in the Save As type. We will see it. Click on Word 97 2003 document and click on Save. Clear? So these are the steps. Let us do it practically and see that where all these options are. So suppose our Word file is here. Clear? Simply we have written something, and if you want to save now in the older version, older format, let us see. So what steps we have to do? First we will click on the File tab. Then we have the option for Save As. So let us click on the Save As. So this is the Save As dialog box. Clear? So suppose we want to save this on the desktop. So whatever the name of the file you want to give. Suppose I am writing this as Word, or you can write as something like computer old version. You can write something like that so that you can relate with that. So I am writing computer old version file or old file. You can write the name accordingly. Clear? So this is the name which we have written, and after that what we have to do, we have to see the Save As type. So here it is. In the Save As type we will find the different options. So earlier when we were saving, only we were writing the name and clicking on the save, but right now we want to save our file in the previous format, so we will go to the Save As type. So let us click on the Save As type, and here you can see there are multiple options in that. If I show you little above, so these are the different options in the Save As type. If we'll click, these are the different options. Clear? So you can choose any of these. So right now we are saving the file as a type Word 97 2003 document. Clear? So here it is. So click on Word 97 2003 document. Clear? Then click on the Save button. So I have clicked on the Save button. Let us come to the textbook again. So click on the Save button. The Word saves the file in the Word 97 2003 format, and the file name appears on the title bar. Clear? So whatever the name we have written, the same name will appear on the title bar. Now you can share your document to people who do not use Microsoft Word 2010. Clear? So as the file is now saved in 2007 2003 format, so then it can be shared to anyone who is using the previous versions of the MS Word. Okay. Let us read this, update your knowledge as well. So the people using Word 2003 or 2007 can open files saved as Word 2010 files because, sorry, the people using Word 2003 or 2007 can open files saved as Word 2010 files but cannot use the latest features available only in Word 2016. What does it mean? That any person who is using the previous version like 2003 or 2007, they can open the 2010 files, but the latest features like 2016 we have, 2019 we have. So these new versions of the Word, the different features of these new versions will not be available in the previous versions. Only the file can be opened. Okay, let us see what is next. Next is saving a document in PDF or XPS format. Clear? So as we have seen that the file is saved in the previous format, now we will see how to save the file in PDF or XPS format. Okay, so as you all already heard that PDF is something to save the file. If you want that no one else can format it only, so that is in the mobile phone also we use the PDF options. So let us see how to save the PDF. So you can save Word documents in PDF or XPS format. Clear? You can open a PDF file by using Adobe's free Acrobat Reader. You can open XPS file using Microsoft XPS Viewer. Clear? So these are the different names of the softwares. So for using the opening the PDF file, what is the software name? There are various multiple softwares. It is giving one name, that Adobe Free Acrobat Reader. This is the software which is used for opening the PDF file. And for XPS file, what is the name? XPS file can be opened by using Microsoft XPS Viewer. Clear? So Windows 7 comes with an XPS Viewer and XPS printer driver so that the users of Windows 7 can easily exchange XPS document. Clear? So the XPS Viewer is along with the operating system in Windows 7, Windows 10 also, so we can use that. So now let us see how to save the file in the PDF or XPS format. So first is click on the file tab again, then backstage view will appear, the view which is right now in this picture. Now click on the save as button. The save as dialog box appears as the previous dialog box in which we have changed the to 97 2003 format. So in the same dialog box we will see this to save the document in PDF format. Clear? So step 3 is click on the file name text box and type the name of the file. To save a file in PDF or XPS format, click on the down arrow of the save as type. So earlier we have chosen here 97 2003 format. Now we will choose the PDF or XPS. There are two different, so you can choose either of these, or one by one you can choose the both. Now click on any of these, click on PDF or XPS document and click on save. Clear? So the Word saves the file in the PDF or XPS format and the new file name appears on the title bar. Let us come again to our Word file and see how to save this. So as earlier we have saved this file with the older version, and you can see at the top the name of the file is right now old file. Now if we come to the file tab, then come on save as. Now in the save as, you can see here that we are going to choose the PDF format. So here is the PDF. I hope it is visible to you as well. So if we click on this PDF, the file type right now you can choose PDF or XPS. We have two of these. Let me use the marker. Okay, if I choosing that it is being hidden. Let me find that it is visible. No, it is changing. So no problem, you can see it here only. So if I click on this save as type, you can choose the PDF or XPS, whatever the format you want to choose. So let us choose PDF, and if you want to change the name of the file, you can choose it, you can edit or change. So I am choosing it only computer, and I am saving it as this file on the desktop. Clear? So let us click on the save. So now this file is saved in the PDF format. So you can see it here also. The view of this file is changed, and it is right now in the PDF format is open to us. Clear? So now it is not the Word file. This is the PDF file. It is opening in any of the PDF software, as in the book it was given to use the Adobe Acrobat Reader. Clear? In the same way, this is some of the PDF viewer. Clear? So this way the file can be saved in the PDF format. Okay. If I show you also on the desktop, let me choose this. Here also you can see on the desktop the file is with the name computer, and here it is in the PDF format. Clear? And this is the earlier file which was saved in the older version. Clear? You can see that the type of this is 97 to 2003 format. Clear? So both we have seen how to save the file in the 2003 format, or the another format, that was the PDF or XPS format. Okay. So next is, let us read the know the facts as well. The PDF format is universal format that only computer user can open using a PDF reader program. Clear? So PDF is required to be opened with any PDF reader software. Like example, the Adobe Acrobat Reader. Clear? So this is very popular and it is freely available. You can use it. There are various other PDF readers also. You can choose use any of these to open the PDF file. Clear? So this way we have seen how to save the file in the previous formats, or in the PDF or XPS format. I hope this is clear. Now coming to the views of document. Okay, so as we have seen that the file is available in different views, so you can choose the different views of the document. We can we will see also that how to switch from one view to another, and the different other views will also be discussed. So let us see. The first one is, first read this. Word offers 5 different views that you can use to display your document. Clear? So how many views? There are 5 different views in the MS Word. According to the version, according to the Word software version, the views changes. So in the MS Word 2010, here we are having 5 views. These views are print layout. There are different names of these. First one is the print layout, then outline, then web layout, full screen reading layout, and draft. Clear? So these are the names of the different views. Now let us see what is the function or what is the main features of these different views. So first one is print layout. The name first, which is you can see here also. So first one is print layout. So what is the function of print layout? It views and shows margins, headers and footers. Clear? This is basically if you want to get the page printed on any page. So if you want to see that what exactly it will look alike when this page will be printed, so that is called as print layout. Clear? So print layout is the layout which we will see when it is printed. So in that we can see the header and footer of the page. Clear? The margins of the page will be visible. The margin is the area which is left to the sides of the original text. Clear? As you can see, the above the page there are some area which is left, then to the left of the page, to the right of the page. Clear? So this is called as margins. Clear? So all these settings, all the features of this is available in the print layout. Next is outline view. So what is outline view? Outline view shows the outline levels in the document. Clear? So about these things we will see in the coming uh, chapters or in the coming topics, that what is exactly this will look like. Next is web layout view. Clear? So what is web layout? Let me choose. What is web layout? Web layout views displays the web page preview of your document. Clear? If suppose whatever the text you have written in the MS Word file, if you want to get it posted on any website, any web page, so what will be the appearance of that text on a website or a web page? That is the web layout view. Clear? It means that if any of the text which you have written, if that will be hosted on any website, if that text is being appeared on any web page, so what will be the appearance of that you can see using the web layout view. Clear? Next is full screen reading layout view. So what is full screen? Full screen is actually whatever the text you have written, if you want to read that text, so it will hide all the unnecessary things, and only the text will be appearing for you with the for easily reading the things. Clear? Next is the draft view. So what is draft view? Draft view shows the draft version of your document, that is without graphics. If there are some images, if there are some table charts which are present on your document, so if you click on the draft view, the different graphics will be you can say will be hidden, and only the text or the draft of that whole document will be appearing you in the draft view. Now let us see where to find these views and how to switch from one view to another. So step number 1 is click on the view tab of the ribbon. So where is the view tab? Here it is. Click on the view tab of the ribbon. Second step, click on any layout view button. Click on any layout view button. So here are the different, in the views you can see the different view buttons are there. So whatever the layout you are choosing, the uh, window, the word immediately displays the new view. Clear? And also there is an option at the bottom. You can also switch the views using the view buttons at the bottom of the program window. Clear? So you can choose any of these options either from the view button, in the view tab it is given, or at the bottom we have the different views button, so from there also we can choose. Clear? Let us now try to see this practically. So if I come to the original document, here it is. So let us come now to the view tab. Where is the view tab? Here it is at the rightmost. So click on the view tab. Now we have the different names of the view buttons. First is the print layout. So right now the document which is open, this is the print layout. Clear? If you want to see in the full screen reading, so if I click on the full screen reading, you can see the different other things are removed, only the text which is written or the single page is right now appearing to you. Clear? If you want to go back, you can click on the close, so it will come back to the original form, or either these options you can choose from the here also. The same full screen button is here at the bottom, you can click and see, yes, the same appearance is here as well. So both are the same, at the top and the bottom we are having the both options. Next is web layout. Let us click on the web layout. So here I have clicked on the web layout. So this appearance is that same text, if it is being you can say sent to any web page or website, the appearance will look like this. Next is the outline. So let us click on the outline as well. So outline is the, you can say, the outline of the document. Clear? So if there are multiple sub options, subsections of that document, the original outline thing will be appearing to you. Clear? Now let us come back to the original form. Now again, the one remaining view was the draft view. So let us click on the draft view. If I click on the draft view, here is the, you can say, the zoom percentage is very less right now. So here, if there is any graphics, if there is any image chart, right now in the document there is not any. So if it would have been, all the those things or the graphics options will have been hidden, and only the text would appear in the draft view. Clear? So we have seen all the 5 views as well as the different options. At the bottom of the window is also there. We can choose either of these. Clear? So either go to the view tab and switch with these options, or you can use the bottom view buttons. Clear? So whatever is the convenient, we can choose. Now there are some keyboard shortcuts. So rather than going and pressing on these buttons, we can directly press some keyboard buttons to switch from one view to another. Let us see this. First one is switch to the print layout view, the view which is open most of the times, in which we write. So for that print layout view, what is the shortcut? Alt Control plus P. Clear? So when you will press the Alt Control P button, the document will switch to print layout view. If you want to switch to outline view, the same Alt Control plus O for outline. Clear? Then switch to draft view, the shortcut is Alt Control plus N. So these are the different shortcuts for these options. So you can, now we have 3 options. What are the 3 options? Either go to the view tab, then choose any of these view buttons, the 5 view buttons which we have just seen, or you can press the different shortcut keys which are here we have seen. Clear? So either we choose from the view button or the bottom view buttons which are shown at the bottom here, you can see. So either choose from this or the shortcut buttons. Clear? So these are the 3 options for switching from one view to another. Okay. So next is zooming in and zooming out. So zooming in and zooming out, what is the use of this? If you want to increase the, you can say, the size. Clear? So let us read this. On your screen, you can enlarge or reduce the display of the text. Clear? So you can enlarge the size. Enlarging means increasing the size. Then next is reduce the size. So zoom in and zoom out, there are 2 things. So enlarge is zoom in and zoom out is to reduce the display of the text. You can increase the zoom settings to view an area of your document in more detail, or decrease the zoom settings to view more of your document at once. Clear? So suppose there are the pages having the different text, and if you want to see whole document at one view only, so you can decrease the view, you can zoom out. And if you want to zoom a specific area, if you want to get it enlarged, you can use the zoom in option, which will enlarge the specific portion. Clear? Let us read this. So drag zoom button on the zoom slider bar, drag zoom button in the right to the zoom in and the document, and the drag zoom button in the left to zoom out of the document. So here we have the zoom, drag, or there is the minus and plus buttons with that. So using that also we can use the zoom in or zoom out. Let us see this in the document. Here right now the document is having this way. Let us erase this. Okay, so here we have the zoom in and zoom out at the bottom. I hope this is visible. So right now it is 150%. The zoom percentage is also written with this. So if we press on the slider button also, the zoom, the increase or decrease things can be done using the slider, or either you can click on the minus or plus button. So here you can see, if we have multiple pages in the document, if you click on the zoom out, that is the minus button, it will appear all the pages of the document will be displayed to us according to the size. And if we want to zoom in, the specific area of the page can be zoomed or it can be enlarged. So if I click on the plus button, you can see the document is now being enlarged. Clear? So this is the use of zoom in and zoom out options. Okay, let us see. Next we have the view tab. So in the view tab also we can use the zoom in and zoom out. So if you go to the view tab, there also we have the options for zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so let us see that also. So if we come to the view button, here we have, here the zoom up button or the percentage is there. So if I click on the zoom, so you can increase the percentage. So here 200%, 100%, 75%, there are different options. So if I click on this, that way also, using the view tab, in the zoom option also we have the option for changing the percentage of the zoom. Clear? So about the next topic we will cover in the coming class. So whatever the things which we have covered in that, you can revise and read from the textbook as well, and whatever the doubts you have, we can cover in the online sessions. Till then, learn and revise the things, stay fit and healthy. Thank you everyone.